fill in the blank. A fifth NBA championship would represent what to you?
A fifth NBA championship would represent a fifth one. To even think about 5 is crazy. But I think a fifth NBA championship, like, I think if you had any doubt, it's just no more doubt. But I already feel like the doubt is gone.
It's gonna it'll represent even less
It's
doubt.
less
Okay.
doubt.
Okay, give me a good media answer here. You know you media Draymond. Don't give me Warriors Draymond answer here. The team that will give the Warriors the most problems this season is?
The team that will give the Warriors the most problems this season, the Brooklyn Nets.
Because they can shoot.
They can shoot.
Yeah.
They can defend. Mm-hmm. They can play in the half court. They can play in transition. Want to make it an ISO game, they can do that just as good as anybody, if not better than everybody. They got the pieces. Now, you know, when the going gets tough, you got to see how you respond and react to that.
Yeah.
But they got the pieces.
I like it. Okay. A player you hate matching up against the most is?
A player that I hate matching up against the most, I don't really hate matching up against anyone, but I would say the player that gives me the most trouble is Darius Garland. He's so herky-jerky and like fast.
I love that answer.
I hate guarding DG. I think that's the player that, like, I'm like, I'll guard him, and I'm always sit down and guard, and I'm never ducking no switch.
Yeah.
But you got to be willing to live with something. You're not just about to, like, he too irky-jerky.
Yeah. And Cavs are fun, and I love Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley's a stud.
Oh,
I've been
no.
saying that since
He's going to be one of the ones for real.
Absolutely.
I really like Evan.
Evan Mobley, one of them ones for certain.
All right, 3 more. Another Grizzlies-Warriors playoff would be?
Another Warriors win.
I knew you were going to say that. I love that matchup. I just think it's so much fun.
It's so cool, right? Like, it's fun. It's, you know, point guards, Ja, young up-and-coming point guard versus Steph, blah, blah, blah. The rivalry.
Well, the other thing I think that's interesting about that whole thing, too, is, like, fans don't understand that to basketball players, this is basketball. Like, you and Ja don't dislike each other.
No,
you know what I mean? Like, there's a very strong mutual respect that exists between you two. The fans are like, oh my God, they hate each other, they're going to match up. It's like, no, it's basketball. They understand the competition of it, and they love that, but then they move on. So,
don't hate them at all. Actually, got a lot of love for Ja.
Yeah.
A lot of love and respect. Just how he carry himself, how he, like I said, one of the biggest things for me is how he make those guys believe in themselves and him, like in their team, like just how he make them believe. That's a skill.
Yeah.
And it takes respect to do that. And so I got a lot of love and respect.
Yeah. No, they would all, like, run through a wall for him. This year's MVP will be?
This year's MVP will be, that's an interesting one.
It also might be early. Like, it's a little...
It is early.
Yeah.
And the reason I think it's early is because, I mean, let's face it, right? Like, your team has to do well. And there's so many teams just, like, jumbled and, like, no separation, that one team could take off. Like, I think Steph has played at an MVP level, but our record does not state that currently. Mm-hmm. But we're also not so far off to where that can't change. And then if that does change, could Steph be the MVP? Mm-hmm. But if things stood as they stand today, I think who would be MVP is probably Joker again. Like,
which is wild.
It's wild, but the stuff that he about to average a triple-double.
And no, it's wild.
Like,
it's wild.
I mean, he incredible. I think it'll be him again because they're winning. They're in first place in the West. And his numbers got better.
Yeah. Okay. Last one. What if you were not an NBA player? You'd be?
If I was not an NBA player, well, I'm not going to be an NBA player at some point soon. I mean, not soon.
But eventually.
Yeah, like I'm closer to the end than I am the beginning. Put it that way.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a lot in television and film. And so not just sports analyst work. Like I absolutely love that. Not just podcasting, but I want to do some different things in television and film as well. And so possibly a director.
Oh, I love that. Being behind the camera, producing, writing, directing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think directing people is one of my strengths, though. And so if I can learn that business, I think I can apply some things about leadership that I already understand.
Yeah.
And, you know, I have great people helping me learn that business. You know, a really good friend of mine, Deion Taylor, who my wife introduced me to him and his wife, Roxanne, and just like...
Because she's an actress, right?
Yes, and just like different people like that are really helping me along this journey and teaching. Like I'm very thankful for, and it's a business that I really, really do love.